Let's talk about another controversy going on right now. Sweet Baby Inc. Sweet Baby Inc. is a company that helps other companies do writing and character development to be more inclusive to the wider audience, like with diversity and stuff like that.
Yep.
And recently, one of the writers on Sweet Baby just went on a tear. Because there's a Steam curator group that shows you what games are Sweet Baby, so you don't play them because they have garbage storylines.
Sweet Baby Inc. Detected is the Steam group.
They're like, these games have garbage storylines. We hate inclusivity. And we hate it being shoehorned into places.
So,
and that's not us as this Green Void podcast. That's these people on the internet.
So, I'd never heard of this company or this group, whatever, Steam group. And you know what? If the people that work at the Sweet Baby Inc. had just never said anything and just been like, oh, there's a shitty Steam page, what are you going to do? There would have been nothing. It would have been a no story. Nothing would have happened, right? But because they posted on X about it and did a whole thing like, oh, we need to report this group. And they're like, what if this group was just recommending games not to buy? Well, that's the fucking whole point of the groups.
Yeah, that's
is to recommend or not recommend games, right? Mm-hmm.
So this one writer tried to weaponize his audience to take this curator down.
So it's just like, why does everyone have such thin skin? Like, I know it's your job, the Sweet Baby Inc. You get paid for doing this stuff. But like, I would have never heard of this at all if he would have just not said anything.
Yeah.
And it would have been no big deal. And I would have continued to enjoy Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I do.
Mm-hmm.
It would not have changed my mind at all.
No.
And it's like, okay, they have their listing of games they've dealt with on Steam. There's 16 games listed. And I've played one of them. And it was fine. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But the thing is like on their Sweet Baby Inc. website, they talk about how they're working in narrative, storytelling, diversity issues, tone, all this stuff.
Yeah.
But they're just like what do you call it? They're an advisor.
Yeah.
It's an advisory role.
Mm-hmm. So
in theory, all they did for Assassin's Creed Valhalla is Ubisoft said like, hey, look at this. Ivor is a character who's going to be male or female. You can choose to be one or the other. And there's going to be gay or trans storylines in this game. What do you think of this? And they could have said, oh, great. Or they could have said, oh, you should change this.
Yeah.
Do this, do that, and the other thing. And Ubisoft could have said, oh, okay. Or they could have said, no, we're not changing it. This is what we're doing. And they go, okay, that's the end. It's not like they made the games,
No, they sure didn't.
So
they just helped along the way.
I don't give a fuck about what they did in the game or not.
No.
It's not like that. It's like, I swear to God, these people think that Assassin's Creed Valhalla was just going to be a game where you play as a Viking and there was going to be no gay storytelling in it at all until this Sweet Baby Inc. forced their way into the Ubisoft doors and made them do it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's not what happened.
No, definitely not.
So I mean, whatever. I started to watch this video by this guy here. Oh no, it's Alex. Yeah. I had to stop watching it.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch. I made it 11 minutes into the 17-minute video, which is pretty far.
Yeah, I started his video and then I was like, nah, I'm not watching it. I'm just going to go read up some stuff. And so I did. And yeah, it's just, it would be a non-issue except that one guy from Sweet Baby Inc. started a harassment campaign against the Steam curator.
Well, the other thing too, though, is that also Sweet Baby Inc., I think Anita Sarkeesian, which was one of the big Gamergate things back in the day, she's part of it too. So every gamer hates her, basically.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help the situation.
Unless you don't care about those kind of issues.
Well, it doesn't bother me.
No.
None of this bothers me. So
maybe because we're adults.
Nah. That can't be it. I'm gonna love too when this goes out to YouTube as a clip and people watch it and they'll comment like, oh, it's great to hear two guys talk about something that doesn't bother them. It's like
right.
Well, what am I supposed to be? Like, sorry if I don't have an extreme view that's like so like crazy about this topic. It doesn't like they worked on a game and they consulted on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what the fuck? I don't care.
Yeah, and it's not something that affects us. It's like it does not affect our enjoyment of the game either way.
I think the problem is a lot of people think, oh, they're forcing this woke agenda on the games or whatever. And, well, I hate to tell you, the world's changing.
I hate to tell you, we're literally in 2024, the year
like,
2024. Things are different. It's not the 70s. It's not the 80s. It's not the 90s.
I will agree that some of the things these guys that work at Sweet Baby Inc. tweeted about were stupid as fuck, where they're like, oh, I can't wait to shoot down your white male protagonist or whatever.
Yeah,
and
see, that's ridiculous.
That's like a stupid thing to say.
That is a stupid thing
to
say.
And I understand that for 30 years, every protagonist in the game was a white male.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's changed now.
Yes, that's 100% changed.
If someone wants to make a game where they have a white male protagonist,
okay, do it.
Like, these are the same people that were getting upset about Gone Home and the fact that Gone Home was not just a ghost story. Where Gone Home is a story about a girl discovering what her sister's sexuality is through like diaries and stuff.
Yeah.
Narrative storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
People be like, why couldn't they make it just a ghost story? They didn't want to make that fucking game.
Yeah, it's not a story of it's a story about, a journey of sexuality, and there just happens to be ghosts.
There's no ghosts in it.
There are literally no ghosts in it.
That was the thing, is that it kind of looked like it would be like a ghost story. And even at the start of the game, things are happening where it's like implication that maybe it's a ghost story, but it's not. But that's not the story they wanted to tell. Anyways,
yeah, just let people tell their stories.
You don't have to watch it. There's lots of things I don't like that I don't watch. Maybe I talk shit about it, but
I mean, it's just not your preference.
I don't like begrudge its existence, So
maybe because we're woke as shit, and we accept other people's views of things, and we're like,
maybe I do now, but
yeah,
I was thinking at work the other day. What brought that on? I must have been. Oh yeah, I was listening to "Rebel Girl" by Bikini Kill, a song.
Yeah,
which is from the 90s grunge era. It's sort of a punk rock song. You've probably heard it. It's in Rock Band.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you've heard it.
Probably.
I guarantee you've heard it. You do, if I played it, you'd be like, I know that song. But they talk about how like there's a girl in the neighborhood and she's so cool. I want to be your friend. Blah blah blah. And there's one line near the end where she says like they people in the neighborhood, they say she's a dyke, and I don't care. I want to be your friend or whatever. And I was thinking back to the 90s where I was like, wow, that's something that I would have heard at school.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I hear she's a dyke. And it's like, nowadays, like, would that even happen at school?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter.
But it was like a big deal back in the 90s
it was
for us
definitely
to be
a big
like,
deal.
oh, that guy's, I think he's queer or whatever, And it's like, now I'd just be like, okay, cool. Like, what are you telling me? But it was like, oh my God, back in the day,
Yeah,
so it's just, the world's changed.
The world has changed, and you either change with it or you complain on the internet about it.
Yeah, I guess
because there's literally nothing you can do.
Well, that's the thing. They think there should be something that they can do. I don't know. When I play a game and there's a gay character or like a trans character or like a person of color, I'm not just like, well, not recommended, thumbs down on Steam.
Yep.
That's like that doesn't bother me. So anyways, I guess I'm just a woke idiot, I guess.
I guess we're just a couple of woke idiots.
God. Yeah. Yes. Anyways, this whole Sweet Baby Inc. thing though is literally like just a way for them to come into a company and get paid to say like, yeah, you did a good job.
Yep. Essentially, but
that's what all those sort of like consultants are.
Yeah.
Like, good job. You could make them 10% more gay. That'll really work it out for you.
I don't think that's a thing.
10% more 10% gay?
10% more gay?
Well, you have to have, instead of just a regular kiss, it's like a French kiss.
Oh, Frenchie.
Yeah.
I like it.
That makes you 10% more gay.
A Frenchie and a butt grab.
Exactly.
That might be 15%.
2 cheeks. 25%
Oh,
more
2
gay.
cheeks.
Yeah.
with a deep squeeze, 30%.
Exactly.
I don't know. We're
anyways.
But anyway, that guy from Sweet Baby Inc. should not have gone off on the Steam.
There's
curator.
been so many times where that's happened, where they have like a Twitter rant or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would have no one would have ever heard of it, except for the people that already knew about it.
Yeah. But now that Steam curator has 200,000 followers.
How many follows it had before this whole thing popped up?
Probably not that many.
I mean, I will say that I thought it was weird in Assassin's Creed Valhalla that like there was like all this. Like, I think the idea is that Ivor is male when he's male.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's, I don't know. But either way, I think maybe they're both trans. Because you can be female or male Ivor. But I think if you're male, it's actually a female presenting as male. And it's the other way.
Okay.
Which I was just like, was that historically accurate for Vikings? Like, I don't know.
That's a good question.
I don't know if it was
historically accurate for Vikings.
Like, there was, things in the past where, I don't know, if not geisha, but, what's the Japanese where they would, all the men would be dressed up as women? What is that called?
Kabuki?
Yeah, maybe kabuki. Yeah, it's like the stage play stuff.
Yeah, kabuki theater, they do that.
Yeah, but there would be no women in it.
Yeah.
So that's I think a cultural thing. But I don't think like after the show they would continue to pretend to be a woman.
No.
I think it was more about keeping women down.
Yeah, I think so as well. That's not funny.
Well, I mean, it's not funny, but it is funny to think about it in that way, Like that was the whole reason of men pretending to be women on stage.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's one of those old-timey things that it just doesn't happen.
Remember when women couldn't even have the vote until like, when was that?
Yeah, that was like the 1800s.
Late 1800s.
Late 1800s.
Crazy.
Oh man, we were watching a video of like recolorized video and
4K upres.
4K upres from like 1896.
I can't watch it.
It was awesome.
I don't know. Sometimes they get so smeary when they upres them.
This one was actually really well done.
Oh, nice.
And they were like, these dudes went for just all these different places like Egypt and Jerusalem and filming around there. I'm like, holy man, this is cool as frig.
Yeah.
Just seeing that snapshot in time where it's not something that you would normally see, but you're like, oh, well, I guess all the movies and whatever got it accurate.
Yeah, well, once they fix it and stabilize and everything, you think back to be like, oh, people didn't walk that fast back in the day.
Yeah, right.
They'd always play the video like they'd be like zipping around and shit like that.
Well, I mean, it's like it's a hand crank, right? So they have to stabilize the video from like however fast the hand is moving, so it plays at a constant frame rate.
Exactly. Crazy stuff.
Very crazy.